Yo, what is up, squad? It's your dude PinoE here, and for today we're going to take a look at the 25 most expensive Adidas that are currently for sale. I'm going to keep it honest for y'all. I was surprised with the top 3, so if you think you know what they are, leave a comment below. Now before we get into this video, if you're new around here, just click that button that says subscribe and join the squad. And now, without any further ado, here are the top 25 most expensive Adidas. We're going to start this video off with a 4-way tie, all with starting prices of $1,000. In place number 25, we have the Adidas City Sock Gore-Tex sample from 2016. I believe this shoe is slated for a fall release, but if you want this sample, it's going to cost you $1,000 US or $1,346.06 Canadian. Over to number 24, also reselling for $1,000, we have the Adidas Yeezy 750 Boost. First, I think it's time for Kanye and Adidas to drop another 750, but this pair here dropped in a light gray, and gum bottom, releasing on June 11th, 2016 with a $350 retail price. The price now is $1,000 US or 18,169 Mexican pesos. Whoever thought that taking promo shots of an all-white shoe against an all-white background was a good idea needs a kick in the teeth. But in number 23, we have the Adidas Consortium Ultra Boost J&D collaboration. This pair released in June of 2015, just a couple months after Kanye was spotted wearing the GR white with black outsole, and hype was at an all-time high. Retail wasn't cheap on these either, selling for $255, but now reselling for $1,000 US or 785 Great British Pounds. Over to number 22, we got a dope pair of the Adidas NMD R1 Primeknit, coming in a black, and white colorway, going by the Oreo nickname. It's nice, it's Primeknit, but it's also reselling for $1,000, and I don't understand why. But hey, if you want them, they're available, and if you're going to be paying in Venezuelan bolivars, then bring 9,995 of them with you. For number 21, we're out at the $1,000 mark and on to $1,150. I remember striking out on these like it was just yesterday. I'm still salty about it, but it wasn't yesterday because this pair originally dropped back on December 19th, 2015 for $350. And I'm going to go ahead and mark these down as my favorite 750s that dropped. I'll repeat myself again, but Mr. West and Adidas, it's time for another one of these to release. Anyway, if this shoe is on your list to pick up, prices start at $1,150 US or 3.35 million Colombian pesos. On November 23, 2016, Adidas dropped the Adidas Yeezy 350 version 2 with an olive, copper, and red stripe, all releasing simultaneously for $220 each. In number 20, we have my favorite pair in that pack, coming in an official core black red and core black colorway. Yup, until this point, it was almost impossible to pick up a 350, and I'm not saying this was an easy pickup, but it was the first time that we saw Adidas give us larger release numbers. $220 retail, which now have a resale price of 1,199 American dollars or 1,592 Australian dollars. Over to number 19, and I didn't know anything about this pair until today, but it's dope. For this release, you have to go back to 2009 when the Adidas Superstar was celebrating its 60th anniversary. To celebrate, Adidas released the Adidas Superstar 80s Diamond Edition. The lace lock for this pair was covered in Swarovski crystals, but the highlight were the 6 real diamonds, which were inserted between the 3-stripe branding. Resale for these is going to cost you $1,250 or 80,497 Indian rupees. For number 18, we're back to Kanye West, but this time we have the Adidas Yeezy 350 Pirate Black. I'm not too sure what's going on with the Yeezys, but they don't seem to be holding their value like their Nike counterparts, which continue to rise. The pair created a ton of buzz for the model when they dropped back in 2015, and they featured a second run in 2016. This pair would be third on my list of the V1 colorways, but I don't like them enough to pay $1,250 or 137,940 Japanese yen. I would say that in number 17 are one of my favorite Ultra Boosts, the Woodwood Adidas Ultra Boost. This pair released in February of 2016 in a black Primeknit upper with a unique leather cage and a white heel counter. Also dropping alongside this pair was an all-white rendition for the ladies. The shoe dropped in February 20th at the Copenhagen-based retailer with a global release following on February 27th. Resale value for these starts at $1,250 or 8,303 Danish krones. Over to number 16, and we have another Ultra Boost, this time in collaboration with Sweden's Sneakers and Stuff. This pair is probably my top Ultra Boost that's dropped. It was dropped as part of the Sneakers and Stuff Adidas Tea Time collection, which also included the Adidas EQT Guidance 93 and was inspired by the sport of golf. The two pairs released on January 22nd, with this shoe retailing for $180 and now reselling for $1,250 or 10,951 Swedish krona. On to number 15, and we have one of the original colorways of the Adidas NMD R1 Primeknit, going by the name Key City. When most people think NMD OG, the shoe that pops into their mind is the pair with the red and blue midsole inserts, but this pair here is the inaugural colorway which dropped to Adidas Consortium accounts for $180. If you're wondering why this pair, which is nice but simple looking, resells for $12.50, it's because only 1,000 pairs were made. If you're buying them with all the Brazilian real you've been saving, then these are going to cost you 4,121 Brazilian real. We're at number 14, and I'm surprised this next pair has a higher starting price than the Pirate Blacks. But next up, we have my least favorite Yeezy 350, the Oxford Tan. To me, this pair has always looked like a potato sack, but the Yeezy hype is real, and like all 350s that have dropped before in since, they sold out with the quickness. The price on these is now $1,300, or 470,470 Zimbabwean dollars. On to unlucky number 13, and we have my personal favorite Adidas Yeezy that's released to date, the Adidas Yeezy 350 version 2 Zebra. The pair released on February 25th in what was extremely limited numbers. However, it wasn't meant to be limited, but due to some production issues, that's exactly how it turned out. The shoe shot up to $1,300 in resale, but one of the reasons I never pay those ridiculous prices is because the shoe is coming out again this month in its intended release numbers and what will be a large GR. Probably the biggest Yeezy drop to date. So if you paid $1,300 or 64,289 Filipino pesos or more, I'm sorry. Yo, if Sesame Street taught me anything, they taught me how to count, and when counting down from 13, 12 is next, and in spot number 12, we have the only version 1 Yeezy 350 that I own, the Moonrock. This isn't my favorite version 1, that pair is coming up soon, but I'm glad to own these. They dropped back on November 14th, 2015 for $200 retail, but they've shot up to $1,500 resale. To the Russian squad, 1,500 American is 85,564 rubles. Number 11 is next, and what we have here are the Hypebeast Adidas Ultra Boost Uncaged. The hype behind this pair was real, and I could be wrong, but I believe this was the first time that the sporty Ultra Boost had its cage removed, helping push the silhouette from sporty to the lifestyle category. Of course, like most Adidas on this list, the pair dropped in extremely limited quantities across the globe for $180, which is a steal when you compare it to the resale price of $1,500 or 48.68 million Iranian rial. We've made it to the top 10, and in spot number 10, we have the Adidas Y3 Pure Boost ZG Knit. I don't really understand the resale value for this pair, but it comes in a very clean white and black prime knit upper, which sat on a unique mid, which displayed half boost and half rubber. Retail for this pair was $350, and resale is starting at $1,500 or 193,000 Jamaican dollars. You had to know that the Nice Kicks Adidas NMD R1 Primeknit would be on this list, and it comes in at number 9. On February 6, 2016, Nice Kicks opened their retail location in San Francisco, and to celebrate the opening, they collaborated with Adidas Consortium to drop this NMD. The idea was to honor the local heritage, and the shoe was inspired by concert posters and local art. To do that, they chose a red and black vivid tie-dye upper. Retail price was $170, but if you want them today, reach into your pocket and pull out $1,500 or 39,342 Ukrainian hryvnia. Whether you hate Adidas or love Adidas, they've been making big moves, and one of those big moves came on August 17th when they opened their new flagship store in Soho. To celebrate the opening, Adidas released the NMD R1 Primeknit Red Apple, and this shoe was extremely limited. Sales of the model were completed through the Adidas Confirmed app and were only available to the 5 boroughs of New York, with only 200 pairs being available for $170. Dope pair, but as nice as they are, $1,750 is a lot of money. It's about 46,750 Cuban pesos. At number 7, we have another Ultra Boost, this time coming as a Miami Hurricanes PE. Adidas couldn't be happier when the Hurricanes moved from a Nike school over to the Three Stripes, and in turn, Adidas gifted the Hurricanes with their own PE. When I saw this pair, I thought it was dope. I like the Hurricanes color blocking, but I was a little disappointed the shoe didn't contain any Miami branding. If you're a Hurricane superfan and you want these in your collection, then get ready to spend upwards of $2,000, which works out to be 1,938 Swiss francs. Over to number 6, and we have my favorite 350 version 1, the Adidas Yeezy 350 Turtle Dove. There's not much we could say about this shoe. The Turtle Dove colorway was perfect for the silhouette, and it will be a timeless classic. It did draw a lot of criticism towards Kanye West when the shoe released in extremely limited numbers on June 27th for $200. It's those limited numbers that drove the resale value of this pair to $2,450. If you wanted to buy a real Turtle Dove, it'll cost you about $62.50 each, so that means means you could buy one pair of these or almost 40 actual turtle doves. You choose. And now on to the top 5, and coming in at number 5, we have the first pair of shoes to release under the Adidas and Kanye West partnership, the Adidas Yeezy 750 Boost. I've been a fan of this silhouette, others don't like it, and others will just hate on anything Kanye West, but this pair dropped on February 28th, 2015. Retail was high, they would drop for $350, but if you want this pair today, $2,500 is the price, which is 16,826 Trinidad and Tobago dollars. Colored Boost is a little more common nowadays, but back in July of 2016 that wasn't the case. In number 4, we have the Adidas NMD R1 Primeknit Pitch Black. This pair was a 1 of 100 shoe, and the only way you could get your hands on it was through an Adidas Snapchat giveaway. Get them for free and resell for prices starting at $2,500 US or 3,466 New Zealand dollars. Now we're in the top 3 and we make a big jump in price with the Pharrell Adidas Nmv Friends and Family. Out of all the pairs dropped by Pharrell, these are definitely the most rare, coming in a maroon, white, and black colorway. Embroidered into the upper were Japanese characters which fittingly translated to friends on one foot and family on the other. You want a pair, then get ready to spend $7,500 or 119,000 Argentine pesos. Number 2 is next, and what we have here are the Adidas NMD R1 Primeknit Firestarter. The pair was given this name due to the smoky black shade matched with red accenting, and it's dope. Is it $8,500 dope? Hell no, but the pair was available in a very limited run of 300 pairs exclusive to Overkill. $8,500 if you're American, but if you're part of the Euro, you get a deal for 7,592 euros. And we've made it to number 1. Thank you to everyone who stuck it out this far. You've seen the top 24 priced pairs, so leave a comment below and let me know your guess what the most expensive Adidas is. And here we go. Coming in at number 1, we have the Adidas NMD R1 Primeknit OG. Well, kinda. It's a special take on the OG colorway that dropped publicly, with this special pair given to the team who designed the popular silhouette. This pair comes in starting at $8,500 or 11,445 Canadian dollars. And that does it for today's video, everyone. If you enjoyed it, and I hope you did, hit that like button. If you're new around here, subscribe, join the squad. If you have something to say, leave it in the comments below, and I'm out.